Stories. We all love listening to stories, and we have heard lots of stories. And not only that, we have shared lots of stories. But the question is not whether we love listening to stories or we don't love listening to stories. The question is, do stories have the power to change our life? Can stories bring about a huge positive change in our life? Can stories turn around our life completely in a positive way? And the answer to all these questions is yes. Stories do have the power to change our lives. But whenever I share this with my friends or my students and I tell them that, I heard that story and that 3 or 4 minute story completely changed my life. After listening to that story, I started working harder. I started putting in extra effort. After listening to that story, I started getting wonderful results. After listening to that story, I discovered something new for myself. I really got present to my greatness. I got present to something which I wasn't aware of earlier. I got rid of my negative thoughts. I got rid of my limiting beliefs. Then I am always asked one question by my friends and by my students, and that is, they say, sir, as you are claiming that particular story of 3 or 4 minutes changed your life entirely, completely, why didn't that story change my life or our lives? Why didn't that story bring about a huge positive change in our lives? I'm going to answer this question in this video. So people, whenever you listen to a story or somebody is sharing a story with you and you're listening to that story, it is not about how that story is being shared or who is sharing that story or who is narrating that story, how that story is being narrated, or it's not about what is being shared in the story. The most important thing is how you are listening to the story, how that story is being listened to, how that story is being heard, and who you are while listening to that story. Are you someone who is listening to a story just to entertain yourself, or are you someone who are listening to a story so that you can tell this story to someone else? Or are you someone who is listening to story just like that? That makes a huge difference. Let me make you understand by giving you an example. Let me share a story with you. And I'm pretty sure you must have heard this story so many times. But maybe this story did not contribute anything in your life. Or I would rather say, you did not allow this story to bring about that huge change you have been looking for. You did not allow this story to bring about that huge change you have been looking for in your life. So story goes like this. There is a small elephant, a baby elephant, and there is a person. Now this person takes this baby elephant to his home. And that person ties that baby elephant with a small rope, a small sized rope, a thin rope. Now baby elephant tries very hard to break that rope and come out of it because it wants its freedom. But because baby elephant doesn't possess the power which is required to break that rope, it is not able to do it. Now second day, baby elephant again tries. It tries very hard, but all in vain. It is not able to break the rope. So third day, fourth day, it keeps on trying, but all in vain. Now baby elephant gives up trying. It doesn't try at all. Now after some years, this baby elephant becomes an adult elephant, a huge elephant. Now this huge adult elephant has all the power required to break that rope. And not only that one rope, thousands rope of that kind. But you know what? Still, that person ties that huge elephant with the same sized rope, a thin rope. And you know what? that adult elephant doesn't even bother to break that. It doesn't even try to break that rope. And you know why so? Why is it so? Why doesn't that elephant try to break that rope? Because when that adult elephant was a baby elephant, it had been conditioned, it had been programmed to think that breaking that rope is impossible. A kind of negative thought had come into that baby elephant's head that breaking this rope is not possible for me. A kind of negative belief, a limiting belief had been developed in that baby elephant over a period of time in the childhood that breaking the rope is impossible. And now, the interesting thing is, now that elephant has grown in size, it has become huge, a big elephant, but the conditioning has been same. The programming has been same. The thought process has been same. The beliefs are same. And those beliefs, that conditioning, that programming has been running the life of that elephant. He has the power, but programming doesn't allow. So what? That adult elephant spends entire life like that, being held by that thin rope. Now let me ask you the question, those who are watching this video. What is this story all about? You may say this story is all about a baby elephant and an adult elephant, or that person. Some of you may be having sympathy for that elephant, that elephant should try at least once. Somebody may be saying, it is illegal to tie elephants like this. So you may be having all these sort of thoughts in your head. But people, let me tell you something very crucial, something very important. Please lend me your ear. This story is not at all about that elephant. And you have got nothing to do with that elephant. This story is about you and your life. This story is talking about your life. Maybe you are that elephant. Maybe you are that baby elephant who has been tied with some kind of rope. And the intention of this story is actually discovering, actually getting to know, actually getting present to that rope. As I am telling you, maybe you're that baby elephant who has been tied with the rope. Now you need to know what is that rope which has tied you, or with which you have been tied. What is that rope? Maybe it is a rope of negative thoughts. And I am telling you, those are not even your thoughts. Somehow you got them from somewhere. But you have started believing that these are your thoughts and what you think is right. That you cannot do it. You are not able to achieve big things in life. Maybe that rope is of limiting beliefs which have developed in you over a period of time. And those beliefs do not allow you to do big things in life, do not allow you to work hard in life. People, stories are not about understanding. Stories are all about discovering something new for yourself. Stories are about getting present to something which you haven't got present to yet. Stories are about getting present to your own greatness. Stories are about seeing how great you are. What are you capable of doing? And that's how we must listen to stories. And that's why I said at the beginning of this video, stories do have the power to change our lives. Provided we allow the stories to change our lives. And we listen to the stories with that positive attitude. And important thing is who we are when we are listening to that story. I hope this video has helped you a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.